Hello everyone and welcome to Artha Point CUT MA English Entrance Coaching. Today we will be discussing what should be our aim when we think of the MA English Entrance exam, what universities we should target, what our syllabus should be, and how to go about it. Now, the entrance exam is usually conducted in the month of May or June, especially the CUET examination. This is the time when you also have your third semester exams. So the question comes is to when to start the preparation. I would suggest all the second year and of course the third year students to begin their preparations for the 2024 examination. Now, while it seems that if you study the 3-year BA English Honours course, it is easy for you to crack the examination. No, it is not, because the MA English entrance exam, especially CUET, when we speak of CUET, it covers a vast syllabus. When I talk of vast syllabus, we cover the complete era from Chaucer to postmodern era. We have complete literary criticism. We have literary theory. We have the current trends. So when we speak of all these topics, you can be asked anything from anywhere, right? Therefore, it is very important for you to start the preparation when you are in your second year. Now, what students usually do is they start their preparation 3 months prior to the MA English examination, and it becomes extremely difficult because I suggest each and every one of you to not just read the text, to not just give it a thorough read, but also to prepare complete notes. Maintain a separate notebook with your notes in it. To have a separate thin notebook, either a thin notebook for each period, or you can have a bigger notebook and you can divide it into different sections wherein you can have Chaucer, and then slowly and steadily your British period, your American literature, and slowly and steadily moving towards the postmodern era. Why would this help? This would help because in case there's any confusion in a particular period, you can just open that section and you can give it a thorough read. The next question that we have here is that which universities should you target? So there are a set of universities that come under the CUET paper, and then there are a set of universities that have their individual exams. So under this MA entrance preparation, we would be covering the complete set of colleges, the complete set of universities wherein the MA English course is present. So you can take a quick snip of the page because these are the universities that come under the CUET examination. So the very first university that we have here is the Delhi University. Then you have JNU. Then you have the Hyderabad University, EFLU, which is the English and Foreign Language University. You have BHU. So I have provided the number of seats that are available in each university. Now, one benefit of the MA English examination is that there is not a mandatory eligibility criteria wherein you should have pursued your bachelor's in English only. So for Delhi University, for JNU, for EFLU, you could have your degree in any course. You could come from a BA program background. You could come from, say, BSc honors background, maths honors background, and you could still give the MA English entrance examination, right? The minimum marks that the eligibility criteria that we have here is 50%, and I think this is a criteria that is there in almost every university. So you should maintain your 50% in your undergraduation. However, for Hyderabad University and for BHU, you should have pursued your undergraduation and bachelor's in English Or you could have done your BA program wherein you could have English as a compulsory or an optional subject, right? So again, I would suggest you to take a quick click off the page. You would also get how much marks you need to obtain in order to crack the following universities. So JNU is one of the highest, has one of the highest marks criteria, wherein in your CUET examination, you should get a score of 300 or more than 300, right? Again, these are again a set of universities that come under CUET. We have Ambedkar University, Pondicherry University, Punjab University, Tejpur University, and the Rajasthan University. Similar to your BHU and Hyderabad University, you have Pondicherry University that asks your undergraduation in BA English, and you have your Tejpur University, wherein you can either have English as a major subject or English as a minor subject. Depending on your major and minor, the criteria of marks would differ. So with major, you could have got 45% in your undergraduation, and with minor, you should have a 50%. So it's a 45 to 50% criteria, right? Let us move on. Now, these are a set of universities that do not come under your CUET examination, right? However, we have very elite universities here. For example, we have Jamia, we have Jadavpur, we have Calcutta University, Savitribai Phule, the Pune University, Loyola College, and GGS IPU. Again, similar to the DU, similar to JNU, for Jamia and for Jadavpur University and GGS IPU, you could have again pursued any course in your undergraduation with a minimum of 50% criteria, and you can get into the MA English entrance exam. For Savitribai Phule, Calcutta, and Loyola College, you need to have your BA in English, right? So these 16 universities are our target universities, and our complete coaching or complete preparation would be focused on these 16 universities. So first, we would be covering the course in large, wherein we would be covering everything. And then as and when we have our examination, we would be focusing on a particular university, right? So on the pattern. So for say 10 universities, you have similar pattern because they come under the CUET examination. However, for these 6 universities, as and when the examination comes, we will be preparing specific to the university, right? Let us now talk of the syllabus that we would be covering. Now, we will be dividing the complete syllabus into 6 to 7 parts. The very first topic that we would be covering is the history of English and Indian literature. When we talk of the CUET examination, the Indian literature and its history becomes that of prominence. You get a lot of questions from Indian literature. The second topic that we would be covering is the literary terms. Now, this part, you definitely get about 4 to 5 questions from literary terms, and these questions are usually very straightforward. So, for example, you get question saying that what is a free verse, or they would have given you a statement about free verse, and they would ask you, or blank verse, and they would ask you which of the following describes the verse, right? So if you focus on literary terms, these are very, very easy questions, and these are usually very straightforward questions. So for example, there was a question in a past year examination which asked about who started who gave the term disassociation of sensibility, right? Again, a very straightforward question. The third part we would be focusing is on the literary genres. Herein we would be covering all the important authors that we have under fiction, non-fiction, modern, biography, diary, drama, essay. So again, in one of the past year examination, you were asked which is the oldest form of literary genre that emerged, right? So it's poetry. So again, you could get questions that are extremely straightforward, and you could also get questions that on authors, that on quotations, right? The fourth part that we have here is comparative literature, which would cover definition, scope, your literary history, myths, motives. So again, a complete literary theory, right? Next, we have literary trends and movements. Again, very straightforward question as to who started modernism, who gave postmodernism, who amongst the following is an author of, say, postmodern era. So you get questions such as these in your examination. And lastly, what we would have here is we would have awareness on current literary trends. You also get questions on awards. So, for example, you can get a question on, in the past year examination, you had a question on which is the highest form of literary award that is given in India, right? So again, this becomes important because again, you get 2 to 3 questions on such topics such as that of awards. You get questions on literary trends. You get questions. So for example, again, in a past year examination, you had a question on who is the current poet laureate of England, right? So you should have that awareness, and we would be covering all this, right? Apart from the suggested syllabus in the CUET, we would also be covering some selective portions of these following topics, such as Dalit literature, American literature, Afro-American literature, Australian literature, and Canadian literature. As far as quotations are suggested, we would be covering, so we would be sharing to you a separate PDF which would only contain, say, 200 to 300 quotations that you could probably revise every day, so that if you get a direct question on who is the speaker of the following quotation, you can quickly remember. So again, a 200 plus quotation PDF would be shared with you. And when we give you mock tests or when we conduct weekly tests, our focus would be on important questions, because important quotations, because this forms, say, 5 to 10 questions in your CUET examination. So what is the context of the quotation? Who's the speaker of the quotation? Which book is the following quotation being taken from? Who is saying it to whom? So these sort of questions, right? Let us talk of the course deliverables. So the classes would continue till your 2024 examination, the last exam that from these 16 universities, whichever would be the last examination that we have, we would be continuing the classes till then. We would have 3 live classes per week for 1.5 hours. You would also be getting video lectures as home tasks. So what we would be doing is we would be sharing to you a video lectures, especially on, for example, a complete, say, know about of a particular author, or say you have a particular text or a drama. So complete summary of the drama, the characters, what is the significance of the text. So everything of that form would be shared to you in form of a video lecture. This video lecture would then have a home task, which is a particular assignment related to the video lecture, which you would have to solve and send it on the very next day. You would have PDFs and mini tests in each class. So we would be beginning our each class with 5 questions, and so this would be a mini test for you that would cover what we have done in the previous session, and that would cover what the questions from your home assignments. We will have weekly mock test and also previous paper solving sessions. We would be covering our past year papers, past year 10 years papers in live sessions also, and also you would be getting these solved papers. So you would get to know what the pattern is from these past year papers. So it becomes extremely important for you, right? So as I said, that you would have 50 plus tests on lines of your CUET examination, plus other universities. You would have recorded video on important authors and topics, and then live support and doubt sessions, right? So with this, I would sum up today's session. I hope I've made myself clear as to what we would be covering in your preparation, how we would be dividing the complete syllabus into different parts. I would be sharing another video on the complete syllabus that we would be covering one by one. Till then, if you have any questions in your mind, you can share it with us. And for more information, you can call us at 83686 63950. Thank you so much. Take care.